Hi, I have just finished a week's worth of after my bypass surgery. I had the Y version. If I can find my teddy bear and show you what version I had, I don't see it right now. Love at $5 each. And the first night, I couldn't have nothing but ice chips. The next morning, went in and did a throat study and to see that everything could go through with some fluids. When I got back to my room, I took a shower, and when I came out and from the shower, I started my liquid intake, and which was only the little small medicine cups, and it's 15 sips in 15 minutes. So 1 cup every 15 minutes for 4 cups an hour. And the first hour I just did water, and then the second hour, I can't remember what I had. Oh, Crystal Light. And because you can order it from the cafeteria, Crystal Light, chicken broth, tracks, Equinox, and Traverse. I ordered chicken broth and Crystal Light. I can't remember what else was on the menu. Oh, coffee or tea. I think that was it. Jello. You can have Jello. So, anyways, then later on this afternoon, I was keeping up with you're going to have one of these breathing things, and you have to suck on that thing and do it 10 times per hour. So you're like taking this and sucking it, and then take a sip with your cup, and then every time it turned like 11:30 or 12, every half hour, I'd get up and walk the hallway, and because where I had my surgery done at, you have to sip, 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 suck, suck, suck. So, and walk, walk, walk. So they have to keep this up because it's required to walking stops blood clots, and the sucking, stops you from getting pneumonia in your lungs, and the sipping gives you your nourishment. So, towards the afternoon, I wasn't feeling too good, I feel like I was maybe pushing too far or something, but it started hurting more, and then I found out that I'm not going to be on the Dilantin through the IV anymore for pain and everything. It was going to be liquid Tylenol with codeine. So they gave me that in a cup, and trying to sip that down when you're still not feeling uncomfortable. You got this bad taste in your mouth, it's just not fun. But I got it down, and so that kind of helped with some of the pain. And then they give you medicine for nausea, and they give you shots for blood clots, to make sure you don't have any blood clots. And all of a sudden, I just started not like totally vomiting, throwing up, because you don't want to jerk your stomach or anything, but it was spitting up and stuff, and I spit it up in a towel. And after I got all that out and everything, I kind of felt a little bit better, and doctor come in and said, just take a break for a little bit and everything, and then start back at taking little sips at a time, and just go to the water, the clear water and things. So we don't know if the Tylenol with codeine irritated it, or I was just going at it too fast with the 4 cups an hour or something. So I just wanted to do what they were telling me to do. So, but anyways, so that night I slept okay. It's not easy to sleep, on your back, and it seemed like if I could sit up more and not lay flat, it helped, getting out of bed, you gotta remember not to pull with your stomach, push with your arms to get up out of bed, because you're gonna feel it if you try to get up with your stomach muscles, because they did 8 holes in my stomach for the surgery, lipo-optic surgery. So, I don't know how many holes, you're going to have in your stomach, but that's a lot of poking in the muscle and everything. And so you're going to come out kind of bruised. There's some bruises on my stomach, it's normal. Bruising around the belly button. Um, and so forth. And so then the next day is the day to go home. So you got to prove that you can have a bowel movement. Anytime you're in the hospital, you got to show that you can have a bowel movement. And then show that you were doing your sips and keeping it down. And since I was kind of throwing it up the day before, I didn't really get to show that it could stay down and be comfortable and everything till about 6 p.m. So, it took me an all day process to, get my walk-ins in, get my drinks in, get my sucking breathing thing done. And it seemed like I didn't have any problems that day. It seemed kind of fine. So I came home that night and slept through the night in my own bed. Stopped by and got some more of the powdered shake because I knew that the next thing on the menu was going to be the powdered shakes. And decided to stop by and get some of that, stuff that I needed because I had to stop and get prescription anyways because you have to have the prescription for the gas medicine and you have to have it. They want you to break the capsule apart and put it in the sugar-free whipped cream. So I picked up some whipped cream and picked up my prescription, which was the Tylenol with codeine, and headed home. So the next morning I woke up and I got out of bed with my stomach pulling up like that instead of with my hands, and it hurt something, I just knew it kind of pulled a little bit on a certain spot, but there was no leakage, no drainage or nothing like that, and everything seemed to be fine. And then I started with my clear liquids because he doesn't want me to do the shakes till Saturday. And I got that Propel water with the kiwi strawberry flavoring in it, not knowing that that has slight carbonation until Sunday. So Sunday, I had somebody shake the bottle, and sure enough, it bubbled up. So there's a slight carbonation in the Propel electrolyte water. Okay, I don't know if it's in the clear water without no flavoring, but I know in the flavoring bottles there is. You can't see it, when you're looking at the bottle, and you can't taste it. You don't feel the bubbles, going down your throat, but it's definitely evident when you go to shake the bottle. So my advice is to make sure that if you're gonna buy a bottle of water and it has electrolytes in it, or something with flavoring or something like that, just check and shake it and see if it bubbles up. That's your good sign right there that whether it has carbonation in it or not. And so then Sunday I did all day with drinking some protein shakes and water back and forth and this and that and everything. And then when I'm cooking, I found out that I wanted to do a taste test on cooking this meal for my friend that was taking care of me. And I was like, crap, I can't taste test this because I can't eat that. You got to remember, you can't eat that kind of stuff. You guys constantly got to be on your mind because even though you're not hurting at that moment or you're constantly doing something in the habit of doing something, you guys got to stop yourself from doing that. And another habit is to pour your cups up ahead of time for that hour. Like pour 4 cups ahead of time. Set your phone on a timer for every 15 minutes, so that you can pace yourself with the 4 cups, and you're taking your 4 cups every hour. That's how I did it. That's how I knew that I was getting my 4 cups in. And I didn't. How long was it since I took my last sip? It just kind of gets away from you when you can not think about it all the time. Was because I left a water bottle next to me, and I was on the phone talking with a coworker and everything. I just got done doing my evening walk, and so I was kind of warm, and I grabbed the bottle and went chug chug, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna hurt myself because you can't have that much water all at once because it won't fit in your stomach. So I went to bed that night just burping and burping and burping and feeling achy and I did something. Well, I went to the doctor's the next day. I did all my vitals. They seemed to be all fine. I didn't wreck anything. And, I was told that, it is hard to remember, that you got to do it little tiny bit at a time and not have any temptations around to bother you, and stuff. So, but I'm doing it, and it seems like today is the seventh day, and it seemed a lot better today. And I'm keeping my fluids, and the doctor said now I can start working up to 5 cups an hour, and with the shakes and water, shakes and chicken broth. The chicken broth is really good because you got that tasted chicken that you can't eat, but you can still taste the chicken, so it kind of like really helps. So, well, that was all for now. And also, I was at 250 something pounds when I first started with them, working with a nutritionist for a whole year, finally getting the okay for the insurance to get this done. The day of surgery was down to 220, and then today at the visit was 215. So, for anybody out there that's nervous about having a gastric bypass surgery, it is nervous. I was nervous when I had it too, getting ready to have it too and everything. But now I'm excited because this is a whole new thing, for my life and everything. And I'm never going to be this big, again. So, this is what I can show you, how I look at, you know, right now. Okay. So I'm never going to be this big ever again because I'm going to change my life. I'm going to change my habits, change my eating ways, and be able to live a fulfilled life with my grandkids and my family. So, now bye for now, and I'll keep in touch with you after my next visit. I hope this helps for anybody that's getting ready to have gastric bypass surgery and nervous about it. I didn't have the sleeve, I had the other one. Okay, bye.